Hello and welcome to another EnsoVN gaming video. This time we'll be doing both Kanjuro, Colosseum as well as Invasion Cabbage together since they're around for the next 2 days. Kanjuro is a really nice orb manipulator for both Free Spirit and Striker teams, mostly for Striker teams, but he's good on both. And Ambush Cavendish is a 2.25 times orb booster for slashes if you're above 50%, which is obviously really nice but a bit outclassed now by Treasure Map Mihawk. And he does have the abysmal sailor ability that if your captain is strength or quick, halves the attack of all characters, so that's terrible. So you can't really use Treasure Map Mihawk as a captain, but you can still use characters like Silo or in Mihawk as your captain. Overall, both these characters are pretty good. If you have the gems, you should probably max them out. Plus you get the opportunity to get skulls as well, which is always really nice. So let's jump straight into the team I'm going to be using to beat both fights. So this is the team I'm going to be using to beat both Kanjuro and Cabbage. It's pretty safe because you get, with level 5 ulti heal, you get 3000 heal every turn, which is really nice because you're going to have to stall a lot of turns against Cabbage because you get that 20 turn orb block, which means you don't get any orb effects for 20 turns, which is really hard. It makes it really hard to burst on one turn, so you're going to have to wait that out, and the healing really helps that. Hody Jones can be replaced with any other damage reducer like Fortnite or Rare Recruit Perona. You just need someone to reduce the damage on stage 4 of Kanjuro, since Moira will do 22,000 damage as he dies. You can replace Ace with Zephyr or any other shooter attack booster. Obviously, since he's a ×2 attack booster, that's the biggest you can get, so it's a lot easier to burst with. But with Zephyr, you can just take 2 turns to kill Cabbage. It should be fine. Devol is there because he's a nice dex here. Also, he cuts HP by 20%, so it's really nice against Cabbage himself, and is somewhat useful against Moria. Van Ogre is actually super nice because on stage 5 you want to face off against Kanjuro, who gives you a 2-hit psi barrier you have to get through. And since Van Ogre gives both boas actual like psi orbs instead of just making them matching, you can just clear the barrier in one turn and burst in on one turn as well. You can just replace him with a different orb booster, but it just makes the final stage of Kanjuro a bit slower or less consistent. You could probably use double ace. It's probably a bit riskier because you're replacing healing with HP, which can be a bit slower as well. Plus, you're doing a lot less damage every turn, especially against Cabbage's stages, because you only get a 2.25 times attack boost without any orbs. But it should be manageable, it's just a lot more difficult. You can replace the Kizaru Cannonball ship with just the Ace Striker, it should be fine, plus you get a little bit more HP, which might be more useful than the slightly bigger attack boost. In terms of sockets, Anti-Despair and Bind would be really nice for stalling on the Cabbage stage, but they're not like super essential. Auto Heal was really nice, so make sure you get that maxed out there. So with all that said, let's get started. So the first round I'm going to show off is the Momonga round. You can see here that I'm using Magellan instead of Devol. This is the team I was going to originally go with, but you don't really need Magellan. So I replace him with Devol, and he actually makes fighting Cavendish a bit easier. So you just switch out Magellan with Devol here. It doesn't really make much of a difference on this stage specifically. You just kill him as stuff goes with cooldown. Just don't get Momonga below 20% and you should be fine. He only has 500,000 HP. The only thing he does is he cuts your HP by 30% at the beginning of the fight. But since you have so much healing from the Captain Blee, it doesn't matter too much anyway. The second version is Jabra. He's probably like even easier than Momonga. He has about 200,000 HP, but he has a lot of defense. Pretty much just save up Dex Orbs when you get to him. You can look for them on the previous stages or on this stage itself. He only attacks every turn for 5,000 damage, and with the healing that's really just 2,000. So he could really live here for like 10 turns, but even without like too many Dex Orbs, you should be able to kill him once the defense buff goes away. Even if you somehow remove the defense buff like prior to it, he still has like a lot of innate defense. So just try and kill him on the turn when he has a perfect barrier instead of the 20 hit barrier. And then obviously just last hit with the Dex units and you should be able to kill him really easily. So Ace without matching orb did a crap ton of damage there, so you can see. And so the final variation is Magellan, who's probably the most annoying one. He paralyzes everyone on your crew for 1 turn, as well as poisoning you for 23 turns, and every turn you take 4,200 damage. So with the healing, that's 1,000 each turn, so you don't want to take too long killing everything now. You should still be fine, even without any poison removal or anything, but just gotta be a little bit more careful. Don't take too many unnecessary hits, which is really just for Magellan himself. He hits for 9,000 damage. You probably can like tank 1 or 2 hits, but like, you know, it's not recommended to do so. He has about 700,000 HP, so not too bad. But you know, that's still quite a decent amount of HP if you're not going to use any specials. You can use like the Kizaru Cannonball here if you have a little bit of trouble, but should be okay. And then on to stage 4, which is always going to be Gecko Moira. He has 2.6 million HP, which is more than Kanjuro. He has a 5-hit combo barrier for 6 turns, and every 2 turns cuts your HP by 10%. But what is obviously the most annoying thing about him is that when you kill him, he deals 22,000 damage, like instantly, as soon as he drops to 0 HP. So you gotta make sure you have a damage reducer when you kill him, or just have enough HP to tank the hit, because this team has max 25,000 HP, so I could like not bring a damage reducer, but if you run into Magellan, you're kind of screwed, because you will slowly take your HP away. Here, use Boa Hancock, get rid of the hit barrier, still 1 turn extra, I guess. Use Holy Jones special, so I reduce damage by 9%. Use the Kizuru Cannonball F, use the Duval special, because I can't use any of these on Kanjuro since he has a barrier every turn. And then just kill him. Luckily for me, I have 2 sign units, so this is super easy to nuke him on the final turn. See here, he will do the 22,000 damage reduced by 90%. And then he comes back with about 500,000 HP, but you have another 3 turns to do that damage, so not too bad. Plus, Boa special is still active. You got another turn of 4 matching orbs. Use Manoga since he has the highest hit combo. I could have used the wall as well. Either way is fine. Then kill him. Got some nice cotton candy there, or a socket book. Then you go on to Kanjuro himself. He's pretty straightforward. He just puts up a colored orb barrier every turn. He needs a hit. So this turn is with 2 Psi Orbs, next turn's Quick, next turn's Dex, turn after that is Strength, turn after that is Int. Van Ogre is really nice here because you'll switch your top orbs into Psi Orbs, so you can just destroy the barrier immediately and then use Ace special to kill boost your attack, and he's dead. You can, if you don't use any specials here, just like slowly beat him over time. He doesn't do too much damage every turn, so you can use it. You can use the slower methods if you have to. And then we're gonna go straight into ambush Cavendish. I always say his name a bit weird. I'm gonna call him Cabbage from now on. So on turn 1, he blocks your orbs for 20 turns. So you have no orb effects for 20 turns. So I'm just gonna skip the rest of the fight until stage 5, because it's pretty much just stall. Just stall 20 turns somehow, some way. I saw some here, I saw some on every stage. It's not really that interesting to watch. Here you probably want to stall more on the guys in the front than the women in the back, because the guys in the front will lock you, but the women in the back will despair you, which is actually more annoying because you don't get the max heal. Either way, it doesn't really matter that much. They hit for everything hits for about 10,000 damage, so you can take like 1 or 2 hits. This is like a really nice stage to stall because the chick in the back has a 5-hit barrier, so you just can't kill her. Well, you can like decide not to kill her for like the turns she has that barrier, but it does only last like 4 turns. And the Elder Tail in the front dies in 1 hit to anything. He only has like 4 HP. Here, the Lapins, always annoying to face off against. I'm using 1 Boa special here to stall out a bit extra turns, so I don't have to take any hits. The Lapins here below 50% will make it so you can't heal, but like it doesn't really matter. If you've gotten to here, you should be able to win, regardless of not being able to heal or not, because on Cavendish, he's just going to burst him on turn 1. He has about 5.2 million HP, attacks every turn. First 2 turns he attacks for 12,000 instead of 8,000, so that's really hard. Here, use Duval to cut his HP up to 20%, use the Kizuru Cannonball for more HP cut. Use the Holy Jones special just for safety, because below 20% he does attack for only 36,000, so you can actually tank the hit if you have 3,000 HP or more. Van Ogre for orb boost, Boa special for matching orbs, Ace special for attack boost, and then just attack. Obviously with your Dex units last, so you do the most amount of damage. I hit a Great there, which was terrible, but I still do enough damage, it's fine. And there you go, he is dead. 4.3 million damage in 1 turn. So it's not too bad. It's a bit grindy because you have to stall out those 20 turns, but if you can do that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any other teams you beat Kanjuro and Cavendish with, post them in the comments down below. Join the Discord if you like. If you're feeling generous, you can donate to the PayPal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, my Nakama.